Hey everyone, Rua here with another exhibition video, the first one in a while actually. Ever since my editorial video on Monk made a splash, I've been working on getting my own sorted out in preparation for the job guide. This may, or probably may not come as a surprise to you, but I'm really getting into Monk's fighting style. Monk is one of the fastest playstyles of any DPS I've played, second only to Ninja. It can give as good as it gets, and then some, but you really need to know what you're doing though. Monk demands that its players know when to use certain weapon skills when different abilities are active, planning skill chains ahead as your active abilities tick by. For instance, if footwork's up, you need to use Dragon Kick and Tornado Kick as much as you can, but when it falls you can fall back on Focus or Impetus if they're ready, to optimize Victory Smite and Ascetic's Fury. Spamming Victory Smite back to back is like a blue mage spamming CDC back to back. It'll get you a result, but it's markedly inferior to the alternatives available. I'll go into this in greater depth when Monk's job guide comes out, as there's a lot more to know about this facet of the job. I mentioned this in the editorial, but it really bears repeating. One of Monk's greatest strengths is that it feeds practically no TP while dealing a stream of very strong melee damage over time, otherwise known as white damage. This makes fights a lot easier, but it does require that amongst fellow DPS to likewise have some degree of the subtle blow trait, more the better. Penance will cripple a target's TP gain further, really emphasizing this advantage. Even if you're not at top of the hate list, this will really help out your tank and healer. I guess you could say that a monk slows down a target through stymieing their TP gain, while not necessarily slowing down the fight itself. It's weird, but it's self-evident as you can see. This begs the question though, how much of a monk's overall damage is from its white damage, and how much of it is from its weapon skills? I'd say it's a 70 to 30% ratio, around that region. A monk's melee attacks really hurt, and they're fast. Monk's stronger weapon skills like Raging Fist and Tornado Kick scale really well with high TP, so you're not really hurting your overall damage as you climb beyond the 1000% threshold. Anyone running the scoreboard add-on will see the disparity between white damage of other heavy DPS and a monk. It's really quite noticeable. Another ace Monk has up its sleeve is that it's an incredible source of blunt damage, so it's murder incarnate against undead especially. This isn't ancient history I'm talking about either, as you may have been thinking back to old school KRT parties. No, there's actually very good CP camps where monks could exploit their inherent advantage. That's for another upcoming video though, keep an eye out for it. This kind of runs contrary to what I said a minute ago, but the only time I would ever stack abilities on monk is when I'm confident I'll end a fight quickly. It's a similar principle to warrior staggering their own ability usage. Pace yourself, but when the time is right, go hard. Another aspect of Monk that's really drawn me to it is that it's remarkably hard to kill. Not only does Monk have very high native HP, but it's also got the only max HP buff in the game with Mantra. It's AoE as well. It's not uncommon to see a monk sitting at well over 3000 HP in a TP set, outside of Eshka areas. It has a similar magic evasion stat to a ninja, the ability to cancel incoming attacks for a high counter attack rate, and also comes with a really powerful self-target cure with chakra. I guess I just like DPS jobs which can withstand sustained damage without crumbling. I've noticed that's a bit of a running theme with me. Monk also fares well when it's the tank, or the off-tank in a group it's well supported in. When you have that much HP and such a high counter-attack rate, especially during counterstance, it stands to reason that you're meant to be the centre of your target's attention. Counterstance is a dangerous ability to use, but it's high risk, high reward. You cannot counter a TP attack, but when you're not feeding that much TP to begin with, counterstance's penalty isn't much of a problem I found. I'll go into this and a lot more when I get around to Monk's job guide. I'm working on another job guide before it though, and there's also the aforementioned editorial to come on the lesser known CP camps. It will be done though, probably sometime later this month. I'll wrap this up here. I'll see you all at the next job guide.